Okay, it's Monday, October 17th. This is an end of the day SPY recap. You can see here on the daily chart today, kind of at first glance, seems to be like an innocent day, which is just a little green bar inside of the red bar from yesterday. But I think the day actually holds much more significant implications about where the market is trying to go. And quite frankly, that's up to broaden out now to the top of this megaphone above these highs up here at some point. And if you look at the actual activity, you had after this big move down on Friday that closed near the low of the day, but right in an area where if you look at kind of my weekend recap, I discussed that I felt pretty good that this was going to be kind of a big support area overall, this gap that I'm circling. There was powerful buying in here. I discussed if we had a down move today, then I'd be pretty suspect that it was going to hit its target lows down here. Here was the 2 down possibility day. And given this powerful buying, I think people were ready to jump back in. Anyone who missed it, that was kind of the thinking of why the market could be really heading higher. And then we had a big gap up today. And you can see here in terms of actual trading, I mean, the first move went really strong up and then it kind of went sideways all day with an up bias. So it was the type of thing where for the SPY itself, every so often when I see a gap up like this and I feel pretty, comfortable that the big picture is actually pointing, up in a pretty big way. Sometimes what I do is I go to the 5-minute chart and you can see here I'll buy, if the 5-minute bar is really strong, maybe I'll buy that breakout in anticipation of the 15-minute bar turning green. And that would have been the only way to really take advantage of just an aggressive opening after a gap up. Other than that, there wasn't much going on, throughout the day in terms of the SPY. There was that definite pullback to the midway point, green bar. So you get in here and it just kind of grinded up the rest of the day, not even taking out the intraday highs, which gives you the inside bar. But what's developing here is, in my opinion, since this was kind of a key little turning point after a broadening formation to the downside that projects up here, I see this now as just the consolidation after that move that is about to head higher. And all we need is kind of tomorrow to take out the high of this bar. So let's call that the inside bar. That would target this, high right here of Friday. And then once that's triggered, that becomes a 2-up week, which then begins to trigger up here to that previous target and the broadening action highs, the 2-up week, which if we get the inside bar heading up, then that triggers up to these highs here on the daily chart. So this is the tomorrow, if we go 2 up, triggers the weekly chart, which triggers this top. And then, we can broaden out a little higher. We'd go back and kind of see how we work towards other targets a little even higher than this bar right here. So I see us broadening above this area again. It kind of takes us into the 380, 385, 390. We'll see really where things want to go up in here if it develops, but that's what I kind of see developing. And in terms of today, just a final thought, if you saw the strong opening and you felt pretty biased to the upside, which was an easy thing to do, if you really look at just the individual stocks, today was the day where these things really, like Amazon would have been a great play on the first breakout, up 1, 2 pushes up. Stock like Coinbase had a nice move early on. Netflix had a great move from the first bar with a classic 1-2 kind of move up. Tesla had a great move to start. And then even NVIDIA was more like the market, didn't really follow through much, had a little pause and just kind of went sideways. But even that had a bias. So today was more of the day to pick the right individual stock, given that the SPY as a whole was, gapping up pretty big. But it held strong, and the holding strong, again, just signals to me that we're heading up here. And let's just see how things develop, tomorrow and for the rest of the week.